Or do you see there being an end date? Is it just going to come naturally, or?
It'll just come naturally. Like, if it ended today, a lot of us would be fine with it. Geordie Shore and reality TV and TV shows should never be your main source of income.
Welcome everyone, episode 20, Brothers of Purpose. Today, we got Kyle Christie with us. Welcome, mate.
All right, lads. How's it going?
Good to have you on, bro. It's been a while.
Good to meet yous.
You too, mate. You too. Well, I think best place to start. I mean, most people are going to know who you are, especially from the Northeast, but why don't you just do a little introduction?
So I'm Kyle Christie. I was doing TV shows like Geordie Shore. I've done a TV show for 10 seasons now in America called The Challenge. And now I'm getting into business. I've got various businesses around the Northeast. And basically, yeah,
awesome.
That's it.
Love it. So when you started on Geordie Shore, because you said, how many series have you been doing that for now?
Oh, God, I should know this off by heart, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I came in series 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm probably on about 13 seasons now for Geordie, maybe 14, something like that.
So when you started that, what was the thought process behind that? I don't even know how you get into something like that.
When we started it, right, it was completely different now. You've got to think now, right, there is, I couldn't even name them, that's how bad I am. I don't like reality TV, I hate it. So it's like, I hate reality TV. I see through it completely.
Well,
probably just got myself sacked there. You had the math, like, now you've got maths, you've got first dates, like all these different ones now. All these different ones, like Made in Chelsea, Essex. Back in the day, there was just, I think it was just us and the only Mayor's Essex. That was the only two. So back in the day when you got the contract, it was like, now, like, I'm going to make a fortune. Now, like, what we used to make then compared to now off TV, nothing now compared to back in the day. Yeah, back in the day it was incredible.
Yeah, because I remember when I first came up here for university, you're right, it was just the two. Yeah. So I came up and I couldn't believe what the city was like with Geordie Shore. Yeah. And then it has evolved over time. So I imagine it's done the same for you throughout it. Because were you off it for a few seasons and came back? Is that what you were saying?
So I came off the show because I was fighting constantly, and then I went over to America to do a different show called The Challenge. And I was doing that for about 10 seasons. And then when Geordie Shore calmed down a little bit, things calmed down between me and my ex and the rest of the cast. I came back into it, and I was just a more mature adult, so I could get on with them all better.
I can imagine that though, because I know a few people that have been on it, and some of them, they seem to go into it with, they had a plan. That was right, I'm going to be on this for a certain amount of time. That's going to give me the capital to go and set up what I want to set up.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Was
that your thought process?
Oh, God, no. None of us thought that back in the day.
Because you were big in promo, weren't you?
Yeah. I did a lot of promo. That's how I got on it. I got on it through a lad called Christie. We obviously just know Cristiano, don't you? Yeah. I got on it through him, but a lot of us came through to Geordie Shore through the promo staff and that. Right. But it's more just like, you didn't plan to be rich or make a load of money. You would get paid like from Geordie Shore, say like, I don't know, like $6,000 or something like that. You do for doing a promo shoot. That would be gone by next week. We were kids. We were kids who had too much money. We were living like paycheck to paycheck. We were like, remember when we were younger and you used to get paid on a Friday and it would be gone by the Monday? That's what we were like, except we were making much more money. None of us planned for the future. Luckily, we were on it so long that we were able to shift our focus to the future.
Was it a case of some of you did that, some of you didn't?
Yeah.
That's
always going to be that way, though, isn't it? I'm lucky because I had my mum and she had power of attorney. So she had, so she seen what happened to a few cast members and she knew, like, I'm going to control all your money. And thank God she did, you know? Yeah. So I didn't go out and buy this, buy that. Yeah. And she put it all in a pot and said, no, we're going to invest it in this, we're going to invest it in that. Because Mom's like a really, really clued up businesswoman, really. Like,
wow, you're really fortunate with that.
Yeah, I know I was.
Were you open about that? About doing that? So you were fine with that? Or was there a bit of pushback?
Oh, no. Like, I would have spunked the lot, mate.
Yeah. Me too, mate. Me too.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed your time on the show? So,
well, when I first came into it, I felt like I was trying to be a certain character that it had to fit the show.
No, I bet.
But eventually, when I let go of wanting to be on the show so much and want to do everything the show wanted us to do, and I didn't really care about being on it anymore. That's when I started to enjoy it more. Like I enjoyed it more my second time round, coming back and doing the reunion shows. We're all grown up. I've got me partner, like I've got the kids, like sound, rather than
life's different.
Life's different. I'm more settled. I don't feel like shit if I don't get this TV show. How am I gonna eat next year? How am I gonna survive? It wasn't like that anymore because I knew I had the backing of the businesses.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna change how you are completely, I imagine.
If your back's against the wall, like shit, I'm not gonna get paid if I don't get this next TV show. So you end up being an absolute wanker.
I bet. But you've seen it because you've seen the change, and you're right. There's the people that have come back into it. Some people have gone on to do other things, but the whole style of the show does seem different now.
Yeah,
it's less sort of absolutely raj and more towards. It still has those elements. You see that.
Is a lot of that because of flying out now, or is it more?
There's more rules now. So back in the day, like we used to be able to like throw glasses off each other, swill each other, punch each other, all the rest of it. Now you do any shit like that, you get like taken out in cuffs and never work on TV again. There's more rules now, and it's more regulated. They couldn't have it like they used to. Plus, a lot of us wouldn't do it if it was like it used to. Like if I was...
I bet, mate. 10 years of that, you'd be done with that, wouldn't you?
I've got to go and sell someone's house on Monday and...
you'd be glassing someone
there's two lasses scrapping with each other and I'm trying to pull them out and someone's going to go, I'm not having that prick sell me house.
Yeah, true. No, I bet, mate. I think if you've gone through that for the years, when do you see... Or do you see there being an end date? Is it just going to come naturally, or
it'll just come naturally? Like if it ended a day, a lot of us would be fine with it. A lot of us would be sound. We've done what we've done. We've made the money. A lot of us, not all of us, have invested it in different aspects. Geordie Shore and reality TV and TV shows should never be your main source of income, and I've learned that off being 21, 22, 23, and having that as my main source of income. It should always be you should have your income, you should do your job, and then have that as a special bonus. So that'll help pay for a new house, a few holidays, something like that. It should just make your life better rather than be your whole life.
I imagine it probably helps you. It gives you a lot of exposure on your other businesses as well. It's going to give you that leverage, isn't it?
That's the main reason we're all doing it now. I mean, obviously we do it for the money, don't we? Like everyone 100%. Does it for the money.
Well, yeah.
Do everything for the money, but like...
anyone who says otherwise is lying.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly. But it's more, you get to promote your businesses while you're on the show. I remember, you'll kill us for saying this, but my best mate on the show, James, right? He had a protein company. For like protein powder. And I remember whenever there was a fight on the show and two lads were like scrapping with each other, he used to come and break it up and he'd have his protein powder in his hand like this.
Fair play,
lads, calm down, just have a protein shake.
You would though. I'd do the same.
He got banned from doing that eventually,
See, he seems like a sound guy, though. James.
He's mint, You should get him on here. Should I get him on?
100%.
Yeah.
Get him on.
I'll get him on. Yeah,
it'd be good to meet him.
Yeah, because he's got his own business. He's like, he's got all his personal training stuff. And then his partner Leah, she's got a few salons in the Sunderland area. So
they just got married, didn't they?
Engaged. They're due to get married. I think next year, the year after, something like that. Aye.
Awesome. So the businesses you got going, because we talked a bit about them now. Obviously, Kyle was telling me about the estate agency ages ago. So is that's again family, invested into it, grown? Where's that at now?
Yeah, so we've invested into the business. It was always a successful business. It was Sarah Conway's business. She was a very successful she is a very successful estate agent from like South Shields area. And we invested in the company. And basically, we've just worked together and made it better. And it's just took off. People like selling houses and people like buying them, and it's
always going to be there, that market.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just gone through the roof. I mean, Northeast property is just risen because the investment in the area.
Well, that's it. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying the amount of money that people are pulling out of London, and the three places they're putting it is the Northeast, Manchester, or Leeds.
It's COVID. Yeah, COVID did a massive. I mean, we launched our business in 2022. Yeah. So we came out the back of COVID, and one of the reasons we did it is because of the investment. People realised they could work remote, 100%. They could work from home. They didn't need to be in London all the time. And London's just ridiculous now, man. It's just...
What's the point? Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
I don't understand it.
I don't get it.
I've been down. I tried to do the whole London thing. I've got mates that do the London thing.
Mm-hmm.
They make great money. They've got fuck all to show for it. Every month, because their overheads are 4 times what ours are.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point?
I know. And you got to think, I'm poaching these London people who are sitting there and they're paying like $4,000, $3,000 in rent a month, or I can give them a mortgage and they're only paying like 800 quid. And they come up from London and they're making this money and they're like, I'm like, right, well, I'll show you this house now. We'll go bigger because they can just afford more. In class.
Of course. But I guess that's one other thing, which is from the experience of people we've had on this show, a lot of people who are in similar industries to you, they all feel the need to go down to London. Mm-hmm. But you've done the whole thing, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, well, I went down for 4 months. I was there for 4 months. I was doing a TV show called Celebrity Showmance.
What was that about?
Google it after this. You'll be like, what the fuck? It was Celebrity Showmance, right? It was 6 celebs. I don't class myself as a celeb at all, but 6 celebs. And they had to pretend to be in a relationship and post on social media. And honestly, if you get the photos up, they're so embarrassing. Like, and I was pretend in a relationship with Hayley Hasselhoff, which is the Hoff's daughter.
Oh man!
But she was sound. She was lovely. She was really good to work with. And then I think Chloe Sims was with Abs from 5. And then Jamie O'Hara was with Lady Victoria. Yeah. He was really good crack like to work with.
He seems funny.
Huh? Oh, he's fucking class.
I see. I saw. That's not the one where you went to America?
No. I've
seen he did that recently.
Yeah. The one in America is different. That's a challenge show. This Celebrity Showman show, I went down. I did it all. It was like over a 4 or 5 month period. But like I would work during the week from Monday to Friday, and then like Friday, Saturday, I had nothing to do, and it was just boring. I was just like, "Is this what life's like down London?" Because it's fucking shit.
How was that adjustment for you? Obviously, there's a lot of like clout that comes with what you do. Mm-hmm. How was that adjustment? Like going from?
I think for the first 3 months, and anyone who tells you different's a liar. But for the first 3 months, you buzz off it. 3-4 months because your views on the world are different. Like you're getting more birds, you're getting like more attention. That you love it as a 20-21-year-old.
Of course.
But if you stand in a supermarket and you've like me, you're 32-year-old, and you've got your wife standing next to you, and and the band's on your lap and that, and you're like hugging him and that, and someone comes up and goes, "Hey, aren't you Kyle off Geordie Shore?" I'd be like, "Oh, damn it."
I bet, mate. I bet.
So it just changes with getting older.
Mature,
as you mature, you get a bit sick of it, to be honest.
I was going to say, have you ever struggled with it?
Not really, because it's an occupational hazard. It's like a roofer falling off its ladder. Like it's gonna happen. Like I can't expect to get the money from the TV shows and invest it into my business and get the promo for my business without having that aspect of it.
100%.
And 9 times out of 10, they're all sound anyway. They're all lovely. Like it's just conversations.
Yeah.
Little photo sound. You know? It's worse on nights out because people have got the guard down more and they're drunk, so they're not bothered. Whereas if it's in like the Metro Centre and that, people... It's nice because it used to be back in the day when I was a kid, when I was 21, 22, it would be like photo. Now it's just like people were kind of like, just like nodding at her. It's like, I read. Like that, because people aren't going to stop her and like buzz over her, because reality TV stars are everywhere now. So it doesn't matter. You'll probably go into the Metro Centre, you see about 4 walking around, so it's like, you're not lost, are you? So people just nod at her.
Yeah, you're right. It's different now. Different than it was.
Yeah, much different.
Has there been some challenges in terms of like your mental health going through it? Because I know I was speaking to Bethan, and obviously she was on the show, Geordie Shore, and for her it was like the terrible things for our mental health.
I know. It will do, and I think the girls get ripped apart.
Yeah.
Limb from limb. It's mainly out of jealousy, but I see the comments that some of the girls get on the show, and it's just madness, man. It is out of jealousy, like, but I get why it's done that to people's mental health. Like, God, when I first was on the show and I first started, I was like, right. When I got off it, I was like, right, you've got like this aspect of being like good looking and you try and get there, you're always chasing. It's like chasing the dragon. So it's like, all right, I'll get a hair transplant. All right, I'll get my teeth done. I'll get this done. But now I couldn't give a fuck. I actually wish I had natural teeth now. Because it's these fucking lights, man. Watch, these lights make them like
shiny.
Yeah, shiny as fuck.
No, like, mate, they're good. I like your teeth. I remember that's what made me get mine done. You were having your hair cut. And I was like, I want a pair of them.
No, yours are better than mine though. Mine's like...
Are yours proper turkey ones?
Yeah, mine like fucking back in the day Ryland ones. Mine, I'm going to get mine changed. Like, it's not with like being self-conscious or anything. I just want them, I want to look like a normal person, like a natural person.
It's a Geordie Shore look.
Exactly though, but when you get older and you're dropping the band off at school, it's like, looking like I'm ready for a modelling shoot or something with bright white teeth.
No, it seems like there's been a lot of change for you though over the last few years. Family, your life, you've adjusted to life, you're focusing more on business. I noticed a few months ago as well, you started posting about your diabetes as well.
Yeah, so I've started posting about diabetes. So the thing about my diabetes, right?
Yep.
When I first went for Geordie Shore, I was 20 years old, right?
Yep.
Had diabetes since I was 11 years old. But I thought, because at the time there was 6,500 people who wanted the spot that me and Aaron got to get on the show. 6,500 people went for it. And I thought to myself, if there's a lad who is exactly like me, who doesn't have diabetes, he's going to get that over me. So when it came to the medical forms and it came to filling everything out and seeing the doctors and that, I just lied about it. I said, I'll just sort it out. I'll do something else.
I get it.
And fucking hell, I took it to the limit, I nearly died in Geordie Shore because of hiding it. And it's nothing on them, like it wasn't their fault at all. You can't really test for diabetes unless you do extensive tests. I remember they found me injection once and I had to make out it was growth hormone.
Oh, really?
I had to make out it was HGH. I was like, yeah, it's growth hormone, what are you on about? And they were like, well, we're confiscating this. I was like, I'll be dead in 48 hours. I don't think I'm going to care about it. But I've pushed it to the limit when I was a kid, and I lied about it, and there was only 2 cast members that knew about it, and it was Charlotte Crosby and Holly Hagan. Obviously, because I was with Holly, and Charlotte because I grew up with her and I knew her from a long time ago. But they never, even when we went through all the shit of arguing with each other, battering each other on TV, like verbally and that, she never once dropped us in it, and she knew she could have got me sacked from that show. But she never did. So. Yeah, she was class for that, like. But I hid it for years. I used to split my case apart and put it in a case. My dad read these books on Pablo Escobar, and he was like, he was like putting it in the case, then sealing it up. And I had to smash the case open when I got into the house because we used to get extensive searches. We used to get sniffer dogs.
Really?
Sniffer dogs would come around. Sniffer dogs would come around our beds at night when we were asleep. So we'd be asleep in bed. And the sniffer dogs would come in and sniff around us and that.
Mental.
That's very
it was hard back in the day, but obviously they didn't pick up insulin because it's medication, so they were looking for other stuff. But I hid it for years and years, and then eventually I got caught on the challenge of it. I was in the challenge, and the challenge is like a show in America where it's kind of like SAS Who Dares Wins, and it's whoever can survive the longest. And I got all of my stuff confiscated off us, and it was part of a challenge. And it was I was 3 or 4 days in, and I was I could feel my organs shutting down and failing. And I was just it's $1 million you win at the end. And I was thinking to myself, is it worth this $1 million? I'm going to die here. And I just had to fucking tell them. I was like, yeah, I'm going to die. I need to tell you something.
Fucking hell.
Told them, and they were sound with it.
Aye. Did you stay on the show then?
Yeah, I stayed on the show. Ended up winning
the way it should be.
240 grand on it. I came second.
Decent that way.
But I nearly died. But still. I looked like crackhead by the end of it.
Mate, that's funny that. So, what's made you come out public with it the way you have now then? Because I think it's awesome, mate.
It's more acceptable now.
And 100%.
I feel like you've probably got this feedback from having people on your podcast, but people are talking about mental health. They're talking about their illnesses. They're talking about the disabilities. And I shouldn't... Back in the day, I think it would have got me sacked off Geordie Shore. I think they would have chose someone else. But now...
Probably.
Got the hands tied, they kind of do stuff like that. People with ADHD, people with anything mental health issues. But it's you cannot do that. You have to accept everyone. It's inclusion. So I thought I'll come out with it.
Fair play.
And I've had an amazing response off it.
I bet you have.
Everyone's been really supportive.
What's the goal with it longer term? Are you going to just keep talking about it, keep being an advocate for it?
I would love to be an advocate for it. I need to get on more content and start doing it more. Because every time I post something, it just goes...
Yeah, it will.
Just goes crazy.
Having someone like you talking openly like that, that's going to do wonders for so many young guys that have that.
There's a lot of lads that have been in touch that are like quite famous in that, who've like been in touch with us and that, and I didn't even know they had it.
Yeah.
There's a lad off Sky Sports, he's a presenter, and he's got it as well. But a lot of us are coming out with it now and talking about it more openly, and it's helping out a lot of kids when you get the messages through saying, "Oh, my son's 10-year-old, he's just got it, he's on his deathbed, he's not feeling well," and you like inspiring him to do everything he can.
That's wicked, that, man.
When he sees us doing these different type of shows and they get told that they're not allowed to drink all the time, these teenagers, whereas look at me, I was on a TV show drinking for 8 weeks constantly, I was sound.
So I've been probably a bit naive on it, but what is diabetes? How does it work? What's the implications of it?
So you've got a pancreas in your right, and that produces, watch me get this wrong and get absolutely tortured.
Sorry, Father.
It produces insulin, and like say when you eat glucose or you eat sugar, it breaks down your insulin. My pancreas died, so it doesn't produce insulin anymore, so your blood sugars go through the roof. If your blood sugars and your glucose gets too high, it destroys your organs and you die from the inside. That's why when your pancreas is producing the insulin now, I've got to inject it. But back, like now compared to back in the day, there's so much more advances. I mean, I've got this in my arm.
So does that tell you? I was going to say it's connected to an app, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's connected to an app, and then it'll like show us that. So it'll give us the glucose range of I've got to be between 4 and 10 really. So 6.3, I'm sound at the minute, and it gives you the green bar thing. But if you go high, it'll go red and it'll have an alarm that goes off.
Yeah, it's a pretty serious condition, like.
Aye, it really is, aye. And a lot of people are dying off it and that, and I just want to talk about it more and get it out there.
No, mate, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I think it's, were you nervous about coming out with it? Or were you must have been, I imagine, at a point where you were like, this is me.
Yeah, well, I was nervous about losing different TV gigs and that. But once I knew Geordie Shore was sound with it, and once I knew the challenge was sound with it, because they kind of have to be, I was like, I'm coming out with it now. Like, if people are going to talk about ADHD and autism and the rest of it, why can't I talk about diabetes?
100%.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
How's life as a family man?
It's good, it's good. I suggest it to anyone, mate.
Yeah.
I see like these influencers and that, and they post like bottles of champagne on yachts and that, and I went, you don't even know, man. Like, it's nothing compared to having a kid and having a little knock about. Like, my weekends now, they're not going out, they're not drinking. I spend all my time with them.
That's mint, that, man.
Yeah. I'm practically sober as well, like yourself. Yeah. I think I've drank once in the past 6 or 7 months, something like that.
Fair play.
Yeah. So I still drink now and again. Yeah. I'll drink on Geordie Shore, but I'm just not on it anymore. I'd rather than going out till 3 o'clock in the morning sessioning and that, I'd rather have a Sunday with him and
100%.
go to the farm and go to the beach and stuff like that.
Love that.
Your priorities change, don't you?
You do,
you know. But also, I think with drinking, I don't know, it's changed. Obviously, for me, I had firm reasons to stop drinking and stop, all the rest of it. But I think a lot of people are just starting to see that the negatives massively outweigh the benefits of it, if there really is any benefits.
Yeah.
The time you lose through drinking,
I think we fight it off better when we're younger.
Yeah.
You fight off the mental health side of it, the stress and the Mondays and the Sundays. You fight them off better, but when you get older, you're like, I'm not doing this anymore.
No, it's not
I'm not wrestling with demons on the weekend. I'm gonna
100%.
Yeah.
It used to be for me is I'd be on it all over the weekend. And then even if I didn't continue it during the week, which most of the time I did, but if I stopped on the Monday...
Oh, wow, did you? Did you just get on it during the week?
Oh, mate, for me, it was I was bad, mate. I was, 5-6 days a week.
Let's talk about you. Yeah. I want to hear that shit.
Mate, I was high functioning. I was working every day. I was, to most people, except for the people that knew me really well, like Mike, they saw that there was cracks appearing. But for other people, they're like, oh, this guy's successful, he's doing well.
Yeah.
But, mate, I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
Literally losing my mind. You know? For me, it was
like
Coke.
Wolf of Wall Street style type
100%,
stuff like that.
It was Coke. I was going through 175
You had the haircut match
every day. I did. I probably used to have proper slick back, wear the pinstripe suits. But I lost my mind, man. I put myself in rehab 15 months ago.
Yeah.
Best thing I ever did. Yeah.
So you haven't touched anything since then?
Haven't touched anything. No booze, nothing. Yeah.
Can you still put yourself in social environments and that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I didn't come straight out of rehab and then, go out to Tub or something. Like, I took my time. I pick my times now.
Yeah.
It's like, do I have a reason to be there? Do I want to be there? If the answer is yes, I'll go along.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to probably stay somewhere till 3 a.m. But I'll go in those situations. I'll enjoy it. Weddings, things like that.
Huge part of it's definitely the people you have around you as well.
That all changed. I mean, you're going to have had that yourself where your environment changes. The people in your circle change.
Mm-hmm.
And that just happens. I think you go through points in your life where the people around you don't serve you anymore.
Yeah.
And it's tough to do that. But I think if you want to continue on some form of upward trajectory, you got to change the people around you.
It is, yes. And it's a lot of pressure thing. So when I'm out and I'm like, all right, I'll have a drink. If I was that way and I could take it to the limit, then I probably would. But I do crumble if I'm around the wrong people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll have a few drinks. And I still feel like crap the next day, even though I've had like 5 or 6 pints. And I think, oh, crap, why did I do that?
No, it does, man. It does. I think a lot of people are changing. I think a lot of people are communicating more. I mean, I imagine for you, though, is there that risk as well that if you do go out and go on those benders, like the collateral damage or the fallout could be?
Oh yeah, insane. I couldn't even handle it now, man. I'd check myself in the hospital for 6 months if I went on a proper night out now. I'm a pussy now.
I definitely couldn't handle it. I mean, you've never been a big drinker, yeah?
Never been a big drinker. I mean, I've smoked a lot of weed in my time, but I've never been a big drinker, no.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah.
It's probably just a cultural thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
fitness a big thing for you? Because you've always seemed to be in pretty good shape.
It was. Back in the day, it was more, I want to be bigger. Now I'm all about running, high rocks, all the rest of it. Yeah, I do all of that. That I'm more about, it's not the way I look anymore. Because when I was first doing Geordie Shore, it was like, right, we used to treat it like bodybuilding competitions. Like, I remember we were on the flight, me, James, who else was there? I think Scott was probably drinking anyway. But me, James and Scott were drinking wine because it dries you out, so you look better on camera. But my eyes would get sunken in that and I was just fucked. It was like when bodybuilders step on stage, they're the look the best they've ever looked, but
they feel the
body
worst.
is just screwed, like it's fucked. And that's what we were like going into these shows. We used to treat it like a competition, like no calories, drinking wine. And now I'm not on that at all. I want to feel good. I don't want to feel hungry all the time. I want to feel fit and I want to feel healthy, basically.
No, I love that. So like strength and conditioning training.
Yeah, strength, conditioning.
Nice.
Running, I do a lot of cycling. I cycled to Edinburgh for a charity recently.
Wicked that, man.
That was hard, like.
Charity was it?
It was Diabetes.
Oh, okay.
Diabetes UK, yeah.
You're going to do the hybrid games in August. Have you seen that?
I've seen it. I've seen it. You're going to do it, like
100%. Signed up to it. Yeah. It's going to be naughty, that.
Yeah.
Proper high rock style.
Yeah.
100 calories on the assault bike. It's gonna be savage. That.
That's brutal. I normally do that, but then I do it like broken up with other stuff.
Yeah.
It depends how I'm feeling. I might go in, I might just lift weights, or I might go in and I'm like, right, I'm gonna fucking do my body in today, and I'm gonna absolutely smash myself.
I think there's something about the suffering though. Like you get a buzz off it. At least I do.
Yeah.
Like, if it's like halfway through,
it's a different type of suffering now.
Well, that's it, mate. That's what I've learned. You just got to embrace the suffering.
You just love pain, don't you?
Clearly, mate.
Yeah.
Everything's self-inflicted.
Yeah.
But it is, you get halfway through a conditioning session and you just get this buzz like, fucking hell, I'm pushing my body here. Like my goal over the next 12 months, I haven't even done a marathon, but I want to do an ultra marathon at some point.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because that's going to be, do you know Alex Kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's my trainer. He's also my sponsor through recovery. And he did a 100-mile run, 24 hours.
It's insane.
It's ridiculous.
It's like Goggins, that, isn't it? He does all that, doesn't he? I've read all his books.
He's a Geordie Goggins, like, if ever was one.
It's mental, that, though.
I would like, I know this sounds mental, it sounds like you care what other people think, but I would love to just do an Iron Man, just to have Iron Man in my Instagram bio. Yeah, just underneath, like, Iron Man. I think that would be pretty cool, like.
That'd be wicked. Absolutely wicked. Because what's an Iron Man? It's
sort
of
marathon, swim.
Cycle as well,
but I forget I forget the distances. I know it's far. Really
I can't remember. I'll do the bike and the swim easy. It'll be the run. I think the run's the hardest part.
It's a marathon, is it?
Yeah.
It would be tough. But the buzz you get off completing that.
Yeah. And you're an Ironman after that.
100%.
And you have to go it's an ultra Ironman or something like that. Right?
You've seen that when they go out to the desert and stuff. And they do that. And people are just like, there's this one race that only 7 people have ever completed.
Really?
Yeah. I forget the name.
Is that the Death Valley one or not?
Yeah.
Is that it?
And people just, like, the amount they have to have people.
Fitness is trending, like, isn't it?
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like, back in the day, I mean, when we were usually the same age as me, aren't you? You're a bit younger.
He's a little bit younger.
I'm 31. Younger than me. But how old are you?
31.
31, so we're the same age. Back in the day, it was, we'll go out, get wrecked, we'll party all night. Now, it's like, kids are going to gym. It's good, like, but they're going to gyms and, like, Sunday morning runs and shit.
You look at these 18-year-olds coming through now, completely different. Whole different ball game the way they are. None of them are smoking, a lot less of them are drinking. So different to us, man.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of them I'll struggle to connect with because their mentality is so different. Also, fucking old now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you try and go back down Osborne Road now, no chance. Man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They try and high five you after a 5-mile run and that.
Yeah, exactly.
Dying.
Fuck that. No, it is. It's changing. It's good. I think a lot of it's social media, man. It's changed everything. Like back in the day, it was just go out, get fucked up, find a session afterwards, keep that going, and that was it. Now,
it used to be how many birds you bang. Now it's like how many miles you ran.
Exactly. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. How many minutes did you knock off your 10K?
Yeah, exactly. What's your High Rocks number?
So have you done a High Rocks?
Yeah, I've done one.
Sick.
Yeah.
Which one did you do?
I did a doubles one in Malaga.
I was thinking about doing that one. Yeah. Malaga and Nice.
Really good. It's hard not to drink though. Well, obviously you're in a different position than me, but it was hard not to drink before it and that, and hard not to like.
I bet.
Because I mean, you're in Spain. It was like you're on holiday.
My mate's just done the Ibiza marathon. He said the same thing.
It's brutal that the Ibiza marathon. It's all like. It's a lot of steep incline and stuff like that, isn't it?
It looked intense. He was more gutted because he was trying to do sub 3 hours. Yeah. And they've obviously got the pace setter for the 3 hours. Got the time wrong. They all thought they'd finish in like 2 hours 58, 3 hours 1 minute. You'd be gutted,
that's
wouldn't you?
Horrendous. That
the pace setter's one job.
Yeah.
He fucks it up. Yeah.
I just lie, mate. I just you did get 258. Don't worry about it, lads. Get yourselves home.
Aye, well done, boys. Yeah, I wouldn't be saying it to their face, would you? Sorry, lads, fucked up there.
You just end up getting brayed by a bunch of fucking people.
Imagine, mate.
Yeah.
So what's the plan now then, mate? What are you doing? What's the next goals? Because have you recorded the next season for Geordie Shore?
We're going in a week's time.
Where are you going?
We're going to Portugal.
Nice.
Which can't wait. It's going to be unbelievable. I'm not even sure I'm allowed to say that, actually. I might have just fucked up there. Just bleep it out for us, yeah?
Will do.
We're going to...
somewhere. That'll be me. Sounds.
Yeah, we're going there and we're just going for like a family holiday type thing, and then we've got my wedding. I'm getting my wedding filmed by Geordie Shore in July.
They put any money towards the wedding? There you go.
Yeah. Maybe. Something about you, so I just can't help but tell you everything, you know? I work for a newspaper. But the paying towards the wedding and the helping us out with it, and it's really good, to be fair. Like, they've been really supportive over it. It's just completely different now of what it was. It is mint though. But the next thing is I've got a new office. I'm actually going to view it after this. I'm opening an estate agents there.
Sick.
And then I've got a new restaurant I'm buying. It's more near the Sunderland way. I can't let everyone know what it is yet, but it's a big one. And we're just basically we're just putting my money into doing out restaurants and getting them to a level of like 5-star, Michelin star stuff. Yeah, that's what we want to do.
So you've obviously, so the goal by the end of this year is you'll have
2 more restaurants, and then I want to have 2 more estate agent offices.
Big goals.
You got your business hat on.
Yeah. That's the main thing now. It's just setting up a life for him, setting up a life for the Ben. It's like it's mad when you have a kid. You just don't really care about yourself anymore. It's more about them, and it's more about setting up a life for them.
No, I love that.
Absolutely.
Mate. That's big goals though. So how do you deal with that stress? Because it's got to come with stress from.
You're
juggling a lot of things.
Yeah,
and you seem to be doing really well with it.
Yeah. I think my mum takes on all the stress. She's how she deals with some of the stuff she deals with is insane, man. She's just a genius. Like if I didn't have her, I don't know how we would have any of these businesses.
She sounds
Get her on. She'd love it. And
I will get her in, mate. See?
Yeah, she loves talking about herself. She'd love it. And
so she's sort of head of the family, is she then?
She's the Don. She's the big. She's the gaffer. We're all betas. She's the alpha.
That's sick. Yeah, mate. That's sweet. So what was growing up like for you?
I had a really good upbringing, mate. We had very good security. I went to a bit of a rough school. I remember telling me friends at school, because my mum and dad were quite successful. They've made a lot of money doing what they've done. And I remember telling my friends at school that my mum and dad were unemployed, so I'd fit in better with them.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So this is Sunderland, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, East Bowling, kind of Sunderland, Newcastle. It's like no man's land.
Yeah.
It's like half and half.
Yeah. So when did you leave school? Were you just
2008? I left school.
And was it what, GCSEs? Did you do A-levels?
GCSEs, and I went on to college for a little bit, but my heart just wasn't in it. I just didn't enjoy it at all. Left college without anything, and I went to Ibiza, and I worked in Ibiza for 5 years. And that's when I met Cristiano back in Newcastle, and that's when I got.
Did you ever think about studying, or was it something that crossed your mind? Or not really,
mate. I wasn't into it. I don't think I was clever enough in an aspect of going down a route and being better than everyone else.
Different type of smart,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember you were known as one of the top guys in promo when I was younger. So you must have always been a little bit entrepreneurial in that respect, because no matter what people say about promo, you don't get to be successful at it unless you've got a bit about you.
Yeah. I think it had a lot to do with the people I surrounded myself with, and we had good backings, and we had a good, like the club owners and that, they really trusted me and Cristiano, and I mean, we did well. We did well with it, and it came natural to us. To promote stuff, just came natural. It was great. It was good fun.
I bet it was.
But it is stressful as well, because 1 week you get nothing, the next week you get loads. It's living life on the edge.
We had Alex Parr on a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously a lot of you guys sort of similar circles, all knew each other. But it all seems to have taught similar things, which is, a little bit of willpower, and you sort of, you get used to the rejection.
Yeah, it teaches you hard work as well. It teaches you a graft, You've got to being able to sell stuff and being able to get people through the door.
Well, we started on, 100% commission, door-to-door sales. Brutal.
Brutal,
down in London, knocking on doors, rejection after rejection. It's good fun though, but it teaches you the skills.
What did you sell like?
Anything I was told to sell. Honestly, I sold charities, I sold broadband, I sold this one product. I don't even care if this product's still going. It was shit. It's called, what was it called? Supercard. This thing was shit, mate.
What was it?
It was supposed to be you get the restaurant discount cards. So it was supposed to be like that, but it had everything. It was like clothes stores, fucking phone contracts, holidays, and it was sold as this super card that you get always discount on. None of it fucking worked. So you were trying to go into people, get them to sign up to this card. All you have to do is you have to be able to lie to them, and then you get all these complaints coming back through. Then the company will complain about the amount of complaints. I was like, your product's shit.
Yeah.
So in the end, we just had to drop the whole thing.
What was your what was your success rate on that? Say like out of 100%, say you knocked on 100 doors. Yeah, law of averages. What would you say you got out of 100 doors you knocked on?
That was lower. So we knocked on 100 doors from that. You would be able to think of so mate. You'd still be able to get 10 people to sign up to it or something like that, because
it doesn't cost money to sign up, does it not?
No, exactly. And you can sell it in a way that sounds great. You know? So you'd always get people that would sign up to it. But you'd have to say to them, so a lot of them, you'd be like, look, do this for a month, pay for a month, you'll get the benefits from this, and then probably wouldn't do it long term. But then you do things like Talk. Talk brilliant. Talk was a big ticket icing. You talk to, because when I had my company doing Talk, I was the first one that went, well, why are we putting it on in expensive places? let's put an event on in Biker Wall. So
Yeah.
I bring my guys down to Biker Wall where everyone's just bumped off Sky and Virgin. And suddenly everyone goes, right, come sign up for Talk Talk. So we make more money there than you would in the Metro Centre.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I've seen the Metro Centre ones. You just put your head straight down.
It was good fun though, mate. But I tell you what, mate, this has been wicked having you on. I wanted to have you on for a while, and I'm glad we got you on.
Yeah, as everyone is on again, just give us a shout. I'm just round the corner. My son actually goes to the nursery school over the road. Yeah, just round the corner. Right,
wicked, mate. Love it. There we go. That's a wrap. Nice one.
Love that. Appreciate having you on, bro.
No, bye.